dirty, dirty boy. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been, and how you don't know how to keep your business clean. Mommy,
You get up from bed and walk tiptoe to prevent your husband from waking up. You need to prepare breakfast early because your husband is leaving early today. You're currently making his favorite breakfast while listening to music, and because of that, you didn't notice Jungkook's arrival. While busy, you just felt a tight hug behind you. Good morning, he whispered and kissed your cheek. Good morning, Ko. I'm almost done. Just wait for me a second, you said. Take your time. Be careful, you might get burned, he added at the same time. Sit on the kitchen counter. After a few minutes, you are done cooking. You serve the breakfast while Jungkook is making his coffee. Do you want me to make you a coffee? He asked. No, I don't want to. What a surprise! You refuse to have a coffee. You didn't continue that conversation. You told him to eat instead before he was going to be late for his flight going to Jeju Island for the board meeting and will also return to Seoul in the afternoon. While he was eating, he noticed you weren't eating, so he asked you why. I have no appetite. I will eat later, don't worry. You and Jungkook have been married for 5 months. Arranged marriage, but your relationship was good. There is love, trust, respect, especially communication. Your both parents arranged you both, however, you two have a choices to accept the marriage or not. The first time you met, the connection with each other was already there, so you choose to date. Hang out together so you can get to know each other. And if ever you two won't get along, then no marriage will happen. Time goes by while being with him. You felt affection, and that affection developed into love. So you two decided to continue the marriage. Before you get married, you promised that you would do everything to make your marriage work out. Every day, you would make an effort so that your marriage will last. Thank you for the food. Then he stood up and kissed your forehead. I will take care of the dishes. Just go upstairs and prepare yourself. Soon, Jungkook came downstairs ready to go. I'm leaving. Oh, bye. After a second, I'm leaving YN. You giggle. Jungkook won't really leave if you don't come to him and take him outside. You stop watering the plants and go to him. I thought you wouldn't take me outside, he said and held your hand. Okay, Jordan. Your next is scheduled by next month for your braces adjustment. Thank you, Doc. Your profession is a dentist, and you have your own dental clinic. After your patients left, your phone rang. You answered it quickly after seeing it was your sister. She's telling you to go to her clinic as soon as possible. She's a doctor too. Bianca, how many patients are out there? Only one left, Doc YN. Okay, let the patient in and don't accept any patient. I need to go somewhere after this. When you get inside to your sister's office, you saw her wearing a big smile. She hugs you and whispers something that makes you jump in joy. You can't explain the happiness that you feel right now. The one you immediately thought is Jungkook. You got your phone in your pocket and called him. Cool. Are you in your way going back to Seoul? Not yet. My meeting not over yet. Are you afraid to be alone at home? Don't worry, I'll be home. I will cook dinner. Cool. I have something to tell you. What is it? Is that important? You can tell me on the phone if it's very important. Later, I want to tell you in front of you. Promise, I'll come home early. Promise? Yeah, promise. You go to the grocery store first to buy ingredients for your menu. After that, you also buy cake. When you get home, you just take a rest for a few minutes. After then, you start to cook for dinner. You place the pasta, some slices of steak, and Jungkook's favorite lobster on the table. What else is missing? You ask yourself. Later on, you realize what is missing: a wine and the envelope where your surprise is placed. Everything is ready. The only missing is your husband. Usually, Jungkook come home at 7 in the evening, but it's already 8 in the evening and he wasn't home yet. You try to call him. Unfortunately, his phone was off. Where is he? You start to get worried. What if something is happened to him? You walk back and forth while biting your nails because you feel uneasy. 9, 10, 11 p.m. You can count on how many times you peek out the window. You stood up and sat on the chair while waiting for him. Where are you? Until you heard a car stop in the parking area. You took a deep breath and felt relieved that he was safe. Later on, Jungkook entered the house. He smiled the moment he saw you. He was about to hug you, but you suddenly got mad after you smelled him. Are you drunk? No, I'm not drunk, but I drink a little. You drink where? When I left the airport from Jeju, my friend called. It's his birthday, so I went straight to his house in Gangnam. Jungkook, I cook here. I've been waiting for you for how many hours? You promised that you will come early. I'm so worried. What if something happens to you and then you just went to your friend? I'm sorry. My friend is also important. So I'm not important? Why it's not like that? I mean, it doesn't always happen. I understand that. But you made a promise to me. I told you I will cook for dinner and I have something to tell you important. You should tell me on the phone if it's very important. You got even more peace. I didn't tell you because I wanted to surprise you. This time, the tension is so high between the two of you. You don't want to get to the point where you can say hurtful words for each other. This is the first time you fought, and to be honest, you're not comfortable. So before it got worse, you took your jacket and went outside. Yeah, where are you going? It's not safe outside. Don't try to follow me. My blood is boiling. Just give me a break. Babe, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not safe outside. Still, you continue to walk and pretend not to hear him. He was about to follow you, however, he didn't hear a sound of car engine, so he really thought you were just outside and just to calm yourself. He went upstairs and changed his clothes. After that, he went downstairs again to check you when the rain suddenly poured. Babe, let's get inside now. No one's answer. He looked around but he can't really find you as he realized that you really left. He ran outside the house and took his phone. Then he remembered that it was low battery. He quickly charged his phone and when it turns it on, he calls you immediately. Later on, he hears your phone ringing, but you realize it's on the table. Shoot, where are you? How can I find you? He grabbed his phone again and called your sister. I know why you're called. I'm so happy for the both of you. You finally have a baby. Congrats. Jungkook zoomed out in shock. What did you say? We're having a baby? It means Wyan is pregnant? Why does it look like you're shocked? Don't tell me Wyan didn't tell you. I thought she's going to surprise you. He slaps himself and felt guilty. Now he understands why you are so angry with him. Sis, I made a big mistake. Help me. Your sister left home after our argument. I really don't know where to find her. What? She ran away? Okay, I will help you. Jungkook, please try to understand her. Being pregnant is not easy. Commonly, they have mood swing and feel hurtful or easy irritated. They are also so sensitive. I understand. One of these days, I'm going to visit you. I think I need to learn from you since you are an Obikaini. But for now, please, I need to find my wife. I don't know what I'm going to do if something has happened to them. I beg you. Don't worry, I will help you. In case she comes here, I will call you right away. He was about to get his car key until his attention goes to the envelope on the table. He opened it. His eyes became teary after seeing an ultrasound of the baby in your womb. So, this is your surprise for me. He hurriedly rode in his car and started roaming around nearby. Everyone he saw people on the road taking shelter, he checked, thinking it was you. He doesn't care if he gets wet from the rain. Your sister also started calling your friends, but they don't know where you are. He hesitated to call your parents and tell them that you are missing because definitely he will be cold, careless, and he will hear hurtful words from them. But still, he chose to let them know the situation. He also reported to the police. However, the police can't proceed since you had not been missing for 24 hours. He was freezing, soaked for several hours, but he didn't give up and still searching for you. Why and where are you? Later on, his parents told him to go home and change his clothes. They're worried that Jungkook would get sick. They would look for you for the meantime. When he gets home, he parked his car and burst into tears while resting his forehead in the steering wheel. If something happens to you and to our baby, it's really my fault. Until he noticed your car moving. He rubbed his eyes, maybe he was dreaming, but your car moved again. He got out of his car and went to yours. As he peeked inside, and there he saw a human figure inside. He cried even more after he recognized you. You really have no plan to leave. You just went out to calm yourself. But the rain suddenly poured, so you decided to get in your car so you wouldn't get wet. You are a mom now. You need to take care of yourself for your baby. Then, unfortunately, you fell asleep. Meanwhile, you woke up when someone knocked on the window of your car. You hurriedly opened the door after seeing Jungkook soak in the rain. Who? What happened? Why are you soaking in the rain? He didn't reply. He just stared at you while trying to hold his tears. Then he hugs you, and this time, he couldn't stop himself anymore as he cried out loud. Don't do this again. You don't know how much I'm worried about you. Aha, but I just sleep here. For you to understand, Jungkook told you everything that happened after when he thought that you left him. All the anger you felt earlier disappeared. You hug him and just laugh out loud while tapping his back to make him calm. You really did that? Of course. I'm sorry, I forgot my promise to you. Promise it won't happen again. By the way, babe, I already saw your surprise for me. Are you happy that we're going to be a parents? Of course. Happy, excited, and afraid. Afraid that I might not be a perfect father for our baby. There are no perfect parents. Anyone has flaws. But let's promise that we will do everything to raise our child properly. Promise. Look, my clothes are also wet. Let's go inside to change. Are you okay now? I feel better after I saw you and hugged you. Babe, I'm sorry if I got angry with you earlier. It's my fault. It's not yours. I understand how you feel. Really? Then, will you let me to play in the rain? No, you and our baby might get sick. He pick you up from the car and carry you going inside the house, but you suddenly get down and just play on the rain. Just let me play in the rain, even just now, please. Okay, but only now. You two are busy dancing on the rain when a police car came together with your parents, your in laws, and your sister. Your parents and your in laws used their connection, so the police were going to search for you. But look what they witnessed for. You two are just having fun in the rain. So, we just came here in the middle of the night to see this idiot playing in the rain.